Yo guys, so the word of the week this week is sacrifice. I just want to start off by saying that a certain level of sacrifice is needed for you to obtain what you want. Whether this sacrifice is your time, your energy, your thoughts, your love, or your money. In this world that we live in, a certain amount of sacrifice is needed in order for you to obtain what you want. Yeah, so you may realize I might have a slight tan. No, I'm playing. I just came back from Sweden. Me and my company just came back from Sweden and it was absolutely amazing. This experience showed me actually just how much a certain level of sacrifice is needed for you to get where you want to go. I can't tell you how much time I spent behind the scenes, booking flights, accommodation, phoning Swedish airlines, phoning Swedish bus lines, sorting out the travel out in Sweden. Yeah, there was a lot of hours in order for this trip to become a success. And thank God it did. And we went out there and we smashed it. We performed twice and we closed the whole festival. It was absolutely amazing. But on top of that, my dancers and my choreographer sacrificed a lot for this to be a success. And I just want to appreciate that. But it was through me seeing how much time and energy that these guys were putting into this project that made me appreciate that sacrifice is needed. It's a necessary step in order to achieve what you want to achieve. Everyone sacrificed a lot to be there. And it was an absolutely amazing experience. I can't tell you, listen, I don't know when the last time I laughed so much. It was amazing. But in order for everyone to have had this amazing experience, a certain level of sacrifice was needed. And then coming back, I just recently watched a piece by Hafiz Schechter called Grand Finale. Whether you like the piece or not, whether you like the dancers or not, it's a 2-hour-long piece. And watching these dancers on stage perform for that length of time and make it look so easy and effortless, you have to respect the sacrifice. You can see the hard work is embedded into their body when they're moving. You can tell just how hard these guys have been working. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching them and I'm like, wow, these guys must have sacrificed blood, sweat and tears to be on that stage. To have this many people watching them, to be able to perform at that level with barely any counts, barely any cues, and make it look like the whole thing wasn't even choreographed. It was just an organic thing which was growing. It was amazing to see what hard work can achieve. Hard work is a necessary sacrifice for you to obtain what you want. There's no two ways about it. There's no shortcut. Those dancers on stage didn't get a shortcut to having those bodies. And 3 months worth of preparation went into 3 days out in Sweden. And it just goes to show just how much work had to be put in prior to this particular thing. The only thing which is coming between you and your goal is how much you are willing to sacrifice to achieve that thing. How much hard work are you willing to put in to achieve that thing? So I have to say, never underestimate your own strength. You have the power to change your destiny. You have the power to fulfill your purpose. Never forget that. But with this power comes responsibility. Bit of a cheesy line, but it's the truth. You are your own worst enemy. You are the only thing which is stopping you from getting to the next level that you want to get to. It's your negative thoughts that hold you back. Your unwillingness to sacrifice some of the things in your life in order to achieve what you want to achieve. Realizing that you're your own worst enemy is the first step. Next, you must put in action. You must realize that you have the power within you to change any situation. Anything you allow to have control in your life will have control of you. Once you realize this thing, you can then move forward. Once I realized this, I had to remind myself, how much time have I spent sacrificing to achieve the things that I want to achieve? When I look back on the 24 years I've spent on this planet and the amount of hours I've spent perfecting my craft, going towards my goal, the amount of hours I've spent, the amount of opportunities I may have passed up, the amount of memories I could have created, but instead I was hard at work. Instead I was training. Instead I was putting in the work necessary for me to get where I need to go to. And I'm not saying that life was all about hard work, hard work. Playtime is necessary. Rest time is necessary. And just as much as you're putting in hard work, it's just as much as you should be putting in time to relax and time to reconfigure your mind, body and spirit. These things are necessary. But hard work and sacrifice is just as necessary. So it's in these times where you feel like giving up. It's in these times when you feel like you're not getting anywhere. And it's in these times when maybe you forget why you worked so hard in the first place. Remember where you came from. Remember how much blood, sweat and tears you've put into the things that you want to achieve. Remember all that is at stake if you do not follow through with action, if you're not willing to sacrifice whatever is necessary to get to your goal. Remember all the hours of hard work that you spent on what you love, that you spent on your craft, on your career, on yourself. When you're in doubt, remember these things. Remember the sacrifice you've already made. It will give you strength to put the hard work in where it's needed. Over the past couple of days, I've witnessed the magic of what can happen when you put in hard work. The magic of what can happen when you see all the sacrifice, all the hard work, the blood, sweat and tears materialize into this thing. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful for me to perform outside in Sweden, our international debut for my company. And it was amazing for me to watch these dancers who put in, I don't even know how many hours of hard work to perform in this theatre, get standing ovation. They got 3 encores for claps. I never got 3 encores for claps, but I will do. We'll get it. It just goes to show your sacrifice is not in vain. If you're not willing to fight for your dreams, who will? Don't be afraid of the necessary sacrifice. This doesn't just extend to your career. This also extends to the people who are close to you, your loved ones. The sacrifice which is necessary to build a relationship. The sacrifice which is necessary for the support of a loved one. We do this on a day-to-day basis. And it's this giving nature in us, in humans, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to think of somebody else before yourself, to sacrifice what you have, whether that be time, energy, or money, or food, to help somebody else who hasn't got that. It's an amazing thing that you are able to do. And I urge you to do this more. I urge you to put in the work in order for you to fulfill your dreams. I urge you to put in the work in order for you to spend time with your family, in order for you to spread joy and love onto other people. These are necessary sacrifices. And I urge you not to be afraid to sacrifice for what you love. Let's get it.